world. We've got this breaking news at this hour on a planned meeting between outgoing President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump. According to the White House, the two men have now agreed to meet in the Oval Office on Wednesday. That meeting comes as Trump and his transition team are rushing to fill key White House positions, and sources tell CNN we could learn some of those names at any moment.
This isn't unprecedented in the United States, but it's super fucked up.
That's a great soundbite right there.
And Trumpism is going to take a long time to defeat. I believe it will be defeated because it is a cult of personality, and they always run out of gas at some point. But we'll see.
Yeah, they do usually flame out because they're so. They constrict, right? So they don't expand, they don't grow their base. This is a decidedly, an intentional choice that they've made. When people like Michael Steele and even Prince Rebus, whatever you say his name, they were all trying. Prince Rebus, whatever. It was not a prince. He's not a prince.
Riboflavin.
Ribbit. No, they were trying to expand the base, and the powers that be were like, no, we want to lean in on this cult of personality thing, and that's where they're at now. They usually do flame out. The difference is, and I'm a little bit obsessed with reading, now books by Timothy Snyder and stuff about how democracies die and tyranny and of the minority, et cetera. Where you're like, oh, the one fundamental problem here is that the Republican Party has all these levers of power and these ways to cheat, where they found all the cracks and the fissures and the little openings in the democracy that we have that is so fragile to begin with, and no one really seemed to ever want to occupy those spaces or exploit them as much as they do. But they have found it's almost their singular mission, right? Because they know they can't win legitimately, because the society has evolved to a point where all societies do, that their hold on power that was based on their birthright, the way they see it, is bound to flame out. But they're like, no, we've got a few other tricks up our sleeve.
Yeah.
And this moment in time also feels a lot like, to your point, it feels a lot like the reaction to the systems towards something better that you were talking about, right? They were like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. They're trying to do things that advance rights for Black people and women.
Wait a minute, we can have a Black president? Wait. Hey, you guys, wait. And of course they would bristle at that. They're like, no, he had Omarosa,
Black friends.
Yes, and they have young Black politicians. They have Byron Donalds, and they have, but in the end, whenever they're talking about they're talking about white people. And it's I don't know that they get it. A lot of them have couched it in religion. A lot of them feel, that he's defending Christianity, which is hilarious to those of us who've, like you and me, who grew up, in the New York City area.
Yeah.
No, he's not a Christian. He doesn't go to church. He barely knows any of that. He's made that bargain with evangelicals, and he and I thought actually once they captured the Supreme Court, they'd lose interest in him, but no, they have maintained their interest in him.
Yeah, because now it's a war against wokeness. It's a war against others, and that's the thing that, again, going down those rabbit holes of history and seeing the patterns here, where maybe it doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme. Like, that's the key, right? Is in othering and making sure that there's always sort of this enemy or some threat to you that keeps you constantly like, but I need a protector, I need a strong man, I'm scared, I don't understand all this stuff. And that's where they come in. And that's been sort of so elemental to them leaning further into this cult of personality thing. And he's their warrior, which helps them literally vote against their own best interests, but also the thing about religion is so true. They bend themselves into pretzels to believe these things to accommodate their support for this person who embodies all of the 7 deadly sins in one,
in one guy. Yeah.
One guy, right? I call him one saggy senile septuagenarian because I love it. I freaking love alliteration. I'm a dork. But like the things that they've had to do, and these were cults and dictatorships in the falls of democracy, they really do overlap. And we're like living it in real time. And it's Donald Trump.
I know. It's just like you couldn't do better than that, you know.
You know.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's sad.